Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals. The Lakers stormed through round 2, going on a rampage, sweeping in 4 straight victories. With plenty of rest and now looking for a conference title, they face a new adversary as they go up against the Minnesota Timberwolves. The Western Conference Finals, right here, right now.
2 Western teams have run the gauntlet. Only one can emerge victorious to claim a spot in the finals. Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals begins in a moment with Hall of Famer Doris Burke and Greg Anthony. This is Kevin Harlan. On the sidelines, we have David Aldridge reporting. And checking out Minnesota's opening lineup, Conley and Edwards are the guards. McDaniels is out there with Randall, and it's Reed in at the pivot spot manning the middle. And for Los Angeles, down in the block, it's LeBron and Davis. Money out there with Austin Reed. And it's Jones in at the small forward. Look at the Lakers. Break the higher seed. They start this series on their home court, but they cannot be overconfident.
No, the stage is set, my friend, and really it's going to all come down to how you perform between those lines.
So how do you keep the governor on overconfidence?
You got to focus on the task, and I was always taught respect your opponent and understand that if they play their best, it's going to be a challenge for you. Don't allow them to get that kind of confidence.
And so the Los Angeles Lakers get the first points of the ballgame. Randall takes a big height pass and goes in.
Well, this shot is in his bag. Julius Randle more than happy to take the jumper if you concede it.
LeBron passes to Money. There's a screen. Tries the spin move. Reeves finds James. For the 3. And count it. 3-pointer good on the shot for Money. Money's got 5.
And that's exactly what he's looking for. Draining the triple.
Over in the corner, Randall. Back to Edwards. Reed with a screen on Jones. Shot by McDaniels, no good. Here are the Lakers, and what a start to the postseason it's been for them. 8 straight wins to breeze through the first 2 rounds.
And when you're on that kind of a roll, the next series can't start fast enough. And they want to keep the momentum going, pick up right where they left off in the second round. But remember, nothing's a sure thing in these NBA playoffs.
Money passes to Jones, and then Jones with the jam.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Let's see if that serves as a momentum builder. What a great sequence for this group.
Here is Edwards after the basket by Los Angeles. Looking to end the run. Drills the 3-pointer.
This guy is constantly refining his game, and Anthony Edwards is dangerous from 3.
Money passes to Jones. Here's Money, over by Conley. Lakers working the ball around now. Tries from 7. And LeBron with the nice bucket inside.
Impressive start here. That's 5 straight makes to start the game.
Conley, the pass to Randall. Outside Edwards. Pass to Conley. Launches a 3. Anthony Davis grabs the miss. Los Angeles leading by 6. To the middle. And he dunks it down.
And this offense is in a perfect rhythm, and you can see how they're finishing their play.
Well, what great game planning, what great execution. It doesn't get much better than this.
And Minnesota has possession following the bucket by the Lakers. Reeves against Edwards. Over Reeves. Reeves with the rebound. And Reeves has got the ball here for the Lakers. And now we'll go to David Aldridge, who had a chance to talk with J.J. Redick.
And we talked about the tall task of facing Anthony Edwards. Coach said he is so physical. Ant looks more like a linebacker than a wing, so we can't foul Edwards too much. That's playing right into his hands. So they'll try to play him tight without sending him to the line. Not easy to do. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David. Here's Randall following the bucket by the Lakers. And once again off the mark by Minnesota. Reeves the pass to Money. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Randall with some nice D. Down low. And then Randall slams it in.
Wow, Julius Randle with a little flavor on the finish.
And great camera work showing up on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Money passes to Reeves. Misses the layup.
Boy, 9 times out of 10, that's going in. I'm sure he surprised himself with the miss.
McDaniels kicks to Edwards. Inside. Reed gets the bucket.
Well, the high percentage opportunity. Naz Reid on the inside.
Lakers leading by 6. Here's Money. He has 7. Outside, Jones. Back to Davis. Pass to Money. Davis against Reed. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a 3-point play. Los Angeles shooting their first free throw of the night here. And Los Angeles with some changes. Christian Woods checked in for James. Hachimura comes in for Derek Jones. And D'Angelo Russell subbed in for Austin Reeves. Minnesota also with the sub. DiVincenzo's checked in. And that one falls for Anthony Davis.
And a member of the NBA 75 team. Anthony Davis is the rare franchise player, someone you build your entire organization around.
For Los Angeles, they've gone 8 of 10 shooting, coming out very strong. And the basket by Money.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Now here's Conley. He has yet to score. Near the three-point line, it's Edwards. Hachimura grabs the miss.
Not a lot falling for him in this quarter. He's got to stay aggressive, try to break through, see if you can get an easy opportunity.
Takes a 3, buries the long-range jumper.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they shot the basketball.
Finally, the pass to Reed. Here is Edwards to the inside. Randall. And Randall throws it down.
Wow, excellent explosion off his feet by Julius Randle.
Pass to Wood.
2 minutes remaining.
Here's Money. Edwards defending. Six to shoot. The Lakers need to get a shot off here. There's Russell with the 3. They get the rebound. Another shot. And he gets it to go. Davis has got his second basket of the night.
Building up a big early lead, they have taken charge of this game.
And they've been doing it largely at the offensive end. If the defense does not adjust, this could be a blowout.
Now here's Randall. He's got 6, and the baseline jumper no good. Over to the left wing. Money passes to Wood. Here's Money. Loads it up for Davis, and it's Davis with the jam.
And you can see their strategy coming in. They want to control the paint.
They have used their size and their strength to get off any shot they want. They've dominated on the interior.
And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly. Hayes is checked in for Davis. Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Mars is checked in. McDaniels comes in for Randall. Alexander Walker, he's checked in for Edwards. And Dillingham subbed in for Mike Conley. Here's Dillingham. A shot by Alexander Walker, no good. Here's Money to the paint. Here's Wood. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Pass to Alexander Walker. Timberwolves passing it around. Dillingham wide open, and he fires. Nailed from three-point land.
Such a reliable threat from range. You'd think the defense might key on him a little bit more.
Here's Money, and they come right back with their own three-pointer. Money's got 12 points in the game. Timberwolves trail by 18. Now DiVincenzo. Nothing on the board. There's the pick from deep. That one doesn't drop. And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers holding a big 18-point lead to close the quarter. And we'll see if they can keep up their tremendous shooting they've been dialed in so far from the field. We've got more in store for you right after this. We're ready to get back into the action here in Game 1. Let's see what this quarter has in store for us. And for the Lakers, this has been the game they wanted to have.
They set a physical tone in the first, and that really showed on the backboard.
I think it's why they hold the lead here early, because they're controlling the flow of the game with those second chance opportunities.
You've got Hachimura. Jackson Hayes is out there with LeBron James. Then it's Austin Reeves. And it's Money in at the point. That's the group for the Lakers to start the second quarter. Now Dillingham after the missed three from Money. Pass to DiVincenzo. The 9-foot shot. It's rebounded by Hayes. Lakers leading by 18. Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Well, guys, Money in the last outing against the Mavericks was terrific. He finished with 47 points, and as we've come to expect, he filled it up from three-point range whenever he could. Incredible effort on his part. We'll see if tonight means more of the same. Kevin?
David, in stretches, he was absolutely dominant. Greg, he'd love to match that performance tonight.
This team needs his contributions. When he's right, he makes winning plays time and time again.
Well, when you're coming off a game like he had, you know the difference tonight. They're going to load up against him. They're going to try to take him out of his rhythm early.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
It takes incredible effort to stay connected to the hip of the offensive player. You've got to want to work.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
I don't think there's any question. There are so many rules that favor the offense these days. You've got to be able to equal things out when an illegal screen is set.
Anthony Davis is checked in for Los Angeles. Derek Jones comes in for Rui Hachimura. Jones with the screen on McDaniel. And good that time.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
Here's DiVincenzo following the basket by LeBron James. Money passes to Davis. That's his fourth basket of the game, and he's only taken 4 shots to a good start.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
And the Lakers making a change here. Christie's checked in, and a change for the Timberwolves. Miller's checked in for McDaniels, and it's Miller with the jam.
How good a playmaker are we watching? Always leading, always trying to create for others.
Money passes to Christie. On the wing, Jones. And the basket is good. Jones has got 6.
Yeah, he's shown terrific control of the pace and the rhythm of this offense.
And I think they count on him for that. He is a tone setter, extremely unselfish.
Los Angeles has gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight. To the middle, here's Davis. Lead pass was put in just the right spot. Davis has got 4 points this quarter.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here. need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Dillingham with it. He has 5. There's the screen. There's the triple. Rebound the Lakers.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a three-point play. Going to the line for 1.
And now you see they're starting to really work the ball inside.
Number 77.
And now we'll get perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for the Lakers.
They are committed to running the floor in this one, relying on their speed to get a lot of points off the fast break.
Another big component of their early game tonight has been points off turnovers. Great job converting on those chances.
For Minnesota, they've gone 2 of 6 from the field in the second quarter so far. Driving the lane, and the basket by Money.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Minnesota's gone 0 of 3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Pass to Ingles. It's Edwards on the wing. Shot to stop the run. The Timberwolves again can't hit. For Los Angeles, they've gone 8 of 10 from the field here in the second quarter. You've got to like how they've shot the ball. The Timberwolves shooting poorly, just 35% so far. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game.
Now here's James. 8 points for him. Good for the 5th time in 5 shots. He remains perfect.
They are just killing him on the interior.
And so Edwards will bring it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Reed with the screen on Christie. Edwards, the bounce pass. 4 on the clock. The Timberwolves need to get a shot off here. Another miss by Minnesota.
Boy, you can just see the frustration growing on their faces. Nothing going their way.
It's just been one of those games, and they need to find a way to turn it around before it gets completely away from them. Boy, he's been unconscious this quarter. I love the confidence he's playing with.
Money's gone 3 of 4 from distance. Only the 1 miss. Wow. Pass to Ingles. Now here's DiVincenzo. Still scoreless. The 10-footer finds the target.
There's no quitting this guy. He just gives you great effort, and he continues to give you great production.
Lets it go from deep. And another 3 for the Lakers.
This guy is cooking right now. He is leading them on the offensive end as they remain in front here.
Ingles passes to Reed. DiVincenzo with it, and that's a foul called on Money. That'll be his second foul of the game.
To a certain extent, you like the aggressiveness, but that's 2 fouls already. Take a step back.
Big group substitution here for the Lakers. Christian Woods checked in for Anthony Davis. Hachimura comes in for James. Reddish, he's checked in for Derek Jones. And D'Angelo Russell subbed in for Christie.
Boy, I love the confidence Julius Randle has in himself. This guy knows what it takes to score.
Reddish the pass to Money. Wood with it. Pass to Money. Jacks up a 3. And again, Los Angeles with the triple.
Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the threes in time.
Now, McDaniels. Conley sets a screen for McDaniel. Randle outside. Shoots over Hachimura. Tries again. Hachimura grabs the miss.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
That's a floater go. Money, no good. The Timberwolves shooting 31% in the second. Some poor shot selection for them in this quarter. Edwards looking it over. Pass to Reed. Now here's McDaniels. That shot misses. Los Angeles has gone 3 of 4 with the long-range bombs here in the second quarter. For 3, Edwards. Hachimura grabs the miss. Hachimura's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Inside, here's Money. The shot's good. And that's now 30 points for Money.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
To me, this has simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long.
And through the first half, a pretty lopsided affair. Lakers on top, delivering the blowout. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half.
And we thank you for joining this postseason broadcast, and it's been an outstanding first half for the Los Angeles Lakers.
Well, to be honest, a good shot for one person may not be a good shot for you. Each guy on this team has to understand his limitation and play to their strengths.
Self-awareness, an important trait for those who are constantly trying to get better. Seeing how things are shaking down for the Lakers. Well, guys, safe to say they're in cruise control right now.
At this point, Ernie, all they got to do is keep the car on the road, man. Just don't go off to the left or right. Just keep on keeping on.
Don't let up. Keep your foot on the gas. Take this thing across the finish line.
Sure, I'm glad you were able to drive home. Those points. It's so good. Yeah,
see what you did with that one, Ernie.
It's unbelievable. It's a gift.
Yeah, it is.
Thanks for joining us. Now let's toss it to Kevin Harlan for the start of the second half.
We're back at the Western Conference Finals. Happy to have you with us here on 2K Sports. What a game we're seeing from Money.
And if he can keep shooting from deep like he did in the first half, he's going to be more than a handful.
What I love is they've continued to feed this guy, ride the hot hand until the defense does something about it.
Los Angeles has gone 6 of 8 on three-pointers in the game, an outstanding 75% mark. And so in the game for the Timberwolves, Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniels. Julius Randle is out there with Naz Reid. And it's Conley in at the point guard position. Davis against Conley. Pass to Money. Shot clock at 5. And that one falls, coming off of Davis's feed. 33 points for Money.
Well, you love that they've been able to rely on him time and time again. You love the effort here late.
And that's a foul called on Money. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
First team foul.
Conley surveying the D. Now Reed is guarded by Davis.
Yeah, that's the motor of Naz Reid. Really impressive drawing the contact.
This is his first trip to the line tonight.
Second team. At the line for the Timberwolves.
And that one falls for Reed. Both free throws good from Reed.
Naz Reid is the perfect modern big man. He can stretch you to distance. He will rebound consistently, but he can also put it on the deck and catch you off guard if you let him.
Jones from outside. And again, Los Angeles with a triple.
Yeah, clearly a defensive lapse there. He is automatic from deep if you're going to leave him that wide open. Big time mistake.
Reed with a screen for Edwards. Tried to come right back with the three of his own. It's no good. Davis, the pass to LeBron. And the basket by Money. And that's now 35 points for Money.
We are talking about perhaps the highest IQ player in history. LeBron knows how to get the ball to his guys in their sweet spots.
Edwards passes to Reed. Edwards with it. Picked up by Davis. Now here's Conley. He's covered closely. 4 on the shot clock. Reed misses. Lakers have gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. Reeves gets the bucket.
Getting it done on both ends, and it shows up in the score.
Well, what I love is the energy they're bringing right now. They're ignoring the scoreboard and playing hard.
Conley, the pass to Randall. They need this. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
Well, Julius Randle is never going to back away from a defensive player. He knows he's got the strength to play through contact. Nice job drawing the foul.
Julius Randle taking 2 shots.
First free throw is good. Both free throws good from Randle.
It seems to me Julius Randle improves every season, and the more responsibility he's given, it seems the better he performs.
On the wing, Reeves. Here's Money. The long distance three is buried. Money's got 8 here in the quarter.
He's found his rhythm from deep, and you can see the confidence.
And I think the defender knows once he gets cooking, look out. The bucket looks awfully big to him right now.
Edwards can't hit.
Not a terrific start here in the second half. 4 attempts, nothing to show for it.
Nice ball movement here by the Lakers. They set the pick. Jones, the pass to Money, stolen by Conley. And now Conley running the floor all by himself. Plays it in off the breakaway. Conley's got his first bucket of the night.
Boy, that was a much-needed bucket in the second half, and now 1 for 5.
Reeves outside. Launches it. A rebound by the Timberwolves. Outside Conley. Up top Randall. Shoots it up. Rebounded by the Lakers. Money's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Pass to Davis. And finished off by Davis.
And he'll get ahead of steam when there's that much of a lane. You can't get in AD's way.
Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. Outside Edwards. Conley sets a screen for Edwards. Off target from outside.
I'll tell you, this has not been his game. He's making it worse with shot selection like that.
Kicks it out to Jones. They set the pick. On the wing, James. This one for 3, and he nails it. The three-pointer falls for Money. Money's got 41.
Yeah, this looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
To Randall, to the wing on the left. Jones against McDaniel. Over Jones. Another miss by Minnesota. And it's the Lakers ball. They're on an 18-6 run. Over Randall. And it's James missing. Minnesota's gotten off to a very slow start from three-point range in the second half. They're 0 for 4. Over in the corner, Conley. Back to Edwards. And once again off the mark by Minnesota.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
Yep, it counts.
And with all the different things he does, you expect AD to put up points every night. He's a lot to handle.
Conley kicks to Reed. Back to Conley. That's tipped. Here's Money. He's defended by Randall. Pass to Money. Puts up a three. Sinks the triple. Money's got 44.
The D has gotten a little bit laxed here defending the triple.
Here's Conley. And Davis pulls it down. Davis has got the glass covered here tonight. 11 boards for him. And Jones with the stop.
Want easy looks? Don't allow the defense to set up.
What a beautiful fast break opportunity, and the finish pretty good.
Here's Conley. Another miss by Conley.
He's lost it in this quarter, no doubt about it. Nothing seems to be going for him.
Money. Minnesota with the rebound. Randall's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Here's McDaniels. And nothing is falling for him right now. They are enjoying a commanding lead.
And it really gives them the opportunity to give their starters a rest. Always critical when you get ready for that home stretch. Just a late reaction there from the defense, and he is always going to finish that one.
Bounce pass from Randall. Reed with a screen on Jones. Takes it inside. Count it. McDaniels got his first basket of the night.
That's about moving downhill with purpose. McDaniels puts it on the floor and makes the drive work.
Jones, the pass to Money. Back to Jones. Here's Money. Reed with the block. They recover it. Pass to Money. 6 on the shot clock. Beyond the arc. On the basket by Jones. Jones has got a pair of threes now here in the third for Los Angeles. And it's Conley with the ball for Minnesota. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
And here's Reed. That's in there. Conley with the assist. Reed's got 5 points in the quarter.
Yeah, Naz Reid, aware that ball hits my hands, I've got to be ready to rise and fire.
Good work there as it goes. And that's 17 points for Anthony Davis.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Edwards can't hit.
The struggles just continue this quarter. They can ill afford to have this many empty possessions.
LeBron, good.
I mean, the tremendous athleticism. And LeBron James, if he's in front of you on a drive, step out of the way.
Outside Conley, fires for 3. He doesn't hit that one. And so it's Los Angeles, enjoying the kind of gigantic lead you almost never see. The three-point shooting has come fast and furious to the tune of what has become a big-time blowout in progress. Back right after this. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Nothing better than chemistry, right? Working together to create a bucket.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Christian Wood is out there with Jackson Hayes. And there's Money. Then it's Cameron Reddish. And it's Christian in at the 2 spot. That's who's in the game for the Lakers. Pass to Dillingham. Good on the 3-point shot.
He just sagged off just enough and no hesitation on his part.
Drives to the hoop. And Hayes throws it down.
Well, deliver the pass where your teammate can do something with it. Nice.
The Timberwolves shooting just 28%. They're offensively out of whack and out of step with each other at this point. And the foul on Cam Reddish. That is his first foul of the game.
That's his first personal foul. First team foul.
Garza. Here's Dillingham. It's rebounded by Hayes.
Well, certainly not the best defensive effort, but this guy can't make them pay for their laziness.
Here's Money. Lets it go with a three. And again for three. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable.
We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. Pass to Alexander Walker. They set the pick. And here's DiVincenzo from the arc. Diversified scoring in this one for him.
I love when everyone can get involved, a full team effort.
Here's Money. Goes up the baseline. And the shot falls short this time.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
I think expect them to go back to it because that's the kind of shot this offense is designed to generate.
To the inside, Dillingham lays it up and banks it in. Dillingham's got 5 points now this quarter. Pass to Money. And here's Reddish. Three-pointer. And again, Los Angeles with the triple.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it? If you space the floor well enough, it's almost impossible for the defense to account for everyone.
Yes, that goes in.
How about the timing? Could be the difference between an assist and a turnover. Nice delivery.
LA's gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the fourth quarter. Money passes to Christie. Lakers passing it around. Here's Money. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Money's got 49 points in the game.
No, it's scary because he's just been a matchup nightmare in this game. He's eaten up anybody they've thrown at him.
Ingles passes to Garza. It's rebounded by Hayes. Here's Money. The chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for the Lakers.
They're looking to attack and transition every time down the floor, just wearing the defense thin at this point.
Something else that they've had working for them is attacking the offensive glass. Boy, taking advantage and creating second chance points. Impressive.
That's good for Money. Both free throws good for Money. Timberwolves have gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the fourth quarter. And here's Conley outside. The Lakers with the rebound.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
And this is where you hope that he can find something easy so he can see the ball go through the net.
Here's Conley. Fourth quarter of play and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. Comes up empty down low.
I don't know if he's tired or what, but he is definitely holding back a little bit, and he has to step his game up right now.
Christie kicks to Wood. Money passes to Christie. Here's Money. Shot clock at 6. Right wing fires from deep. It's good from long range. Christie's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Not shy from outside. There's no doubt about that. Spreading the floor and getting them up.
Now Conley. Pass to DiVincenzo. Here's the floater. Reddish grabs the rebound.
Well, that's just inconsistency from him, and it's happened all night, and it hasn't helped their cause.
Here's Money. No good from outside. Minnesota's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Here's Edwards. The Timberwolves again can't hit. And here's Los Angeles. They're on a 17-4 run right now. Here's Wood. Buries it down low.
Oh, my goodness. That is not an easy bucket. But boy, Christian Wood's finishing ability is on display.
Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation.
And that's only his first miscue of the night. He's been unbelievably steady so far.
Hachimura is checked in for the Lakers. Minnesota also with the sub. McDaniels checked in. To the right side. Pass to Money. Here's Christie. Here's Money. Hachimura with his screen on cut. 5 on the clock. And again, another assist.
That makes 15 assists.
He's been one step ahead of the defense all game long. Lets the three fly. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Over in the corner, Reddish. Pass to Christie. Here's Money. The layup missed. The Timberwolves shooting a terrible 27% from the floor. Boy, an off night for them to say the least. McDaniels with the ball. Over in the corner, Conley. Their offense, stone cold. Another miss there. Here he goes. And the basket by Money.
I tell you, he's making everything he looks at tonight. He should be their number one option on every possession.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
And it's blocked. Pass to Hachimura. Out to the right wing. A three ball. And the basket by Money. Money's got 58.
And if ever there were a way to kick off the NBA Conference Finals, this is it. Gonna be a table-setting victory here in Game 1 for the Lakers.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And they open these conference finals with a forceful performance to take the early lead in the series.
Yeah, they talked about sending a message here in Game 1, and no doubt about it, they delivered that message loud and clear. It's obvious who has the upper hand going forward in this series.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Money.
Efficient productivity. You love what this guy has given to you on the offensive end.
Here's Money. Offensive rebound. And Hayes kicks to Reddish. Here's Money. Connects again from distance.
The threes coming fast and furious. He is scorching the nets.
Now GA tied for the third most three-point field goals in single-game playoff history. Conley, and he drops it in from the low post.
Well, this is what they needed earlier on. At some point, it's too little, too late.
Yeah, but then again, this run came against a team that may have felt it had already won, and you get the sense it let its guard down.
And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. You gotta love strong defense, especially when it comes in the form of harsh rejections. Wow.
And this is postseason play at its finest, refusing to give up shots here in the playoffs.
Minnesota with the ball. Now here's Edwards. 8 feet away. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side.
Boy, Edwards so good in close. This guy has got touch and strength, everything you could ask for.
Pass to Money. Three-pointer. And yep, another basket.
His offensive excellence continues to be on full display.
Great, he is now moved into second all-time for scoring in a playoff game. And so it's the Lakers taking care of business here. A pretty good feeling right now for them to be out in front like this in the series.
You know, Kevin, momentum is so critical. And you know they'll want to ride this wave into Game 2.
That concludes this broadcast of the Western Conference Finals. For Greg Anthony, Dory Forrest Burke and David Olden, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. So long.